Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, fellow listeners from all across the world. I have one announcement for you today. Especially you religious zealots or non-religious zealots, whoever you may be out there. If you are one of those people that subscribes to this idea, the idea that the vaccine is the mark of the beast. Dear friends, the vaccine is not the mark of the beast. If you have that idea, all you're doing is creating turbulence in your own psyche, a disturbance in your being for no reason whatsoever, especially if you have believed in the Christian doctrines and the Christian's prediction for the future. The mark of the beast is not something that is as simple as the vaccine. If it were to be the vaccine, there are many more vaccines that qualify. Anyone that insinuates to you that the mark of the beast is the vaccine doesn't know what they are talking about. In fact, most religious prophets don't know what they are talking about. If they knew what they're talking about, their prophecies would be much more simple and accurate and straight to the point. They won't need to make it all mysterious and all spooky. Trust me, if anyone is talking to you in terms of the end times, the apocalypse, and they're not straight to the point, they can't tell you exactly what's what, they don't know what they're talking about. They're confused. They're caught up in their emotions and they cannot differentiate between the reality of the world they're living in and the fact that it does not match the reality in what they have believed in. So they try so hard to match what they have believed in with the reality they are living in, and anything that remotely resembles a Bible prophecy, they jump on it. Look, it is not the fault of the believer, okay? It's much more a fault of the system. The way Christianity is structured into this world is meant to constantly keep you guessing. The truth is always within grasp, but never in your hand. We are not even living in the end times as far as this world is concerned. You are living in the end times of your life. The world is going to end for you. It's going to end for me before it ever ends for everybody at the same time. That is as obvious as getting up in the morning and seeing the sun and knowing that it's the sunrise, or getting up in the evening and seeing the sun and knowing that it's the sunset. It's obvious. There are going to be wars. There are going to be rumors of wars. People will betray one another. Mothers will betray fathers, and sons and daughters, vice versa. Friends will betray each other. There will be lying. There will be false prophets. But dear friends, this is the way of the earth. There will never be a time on the earth when these things are not true. Why? Because men suffer. Men come into this world to suffer. And our suffering leads us to misbehave and make mistakes that materialize themselves and manifest themselves in the same way across generations. One person would always think that they know what the world needs. If they have the power and influence, they will start wars. They will begin conflicts. When one group of people disagree with another, war will break out. It is the human way. It is the way of the earth. It is the rule of this jungle that we live in. On this rock that we are, there is always going to be war. Now, our generation is peculiar because we have weapons that can cause extensively more destruction than the weapons of the past. But even if every nuclear weapon on this earth would go off, there will still be a remnant of humanity that survives. Humanity always survives. and they will live on to multiply, repopulate the earth, and the earth will keep on going. The sun will rise and set. Stop taking away your peace of mind by focusing on the end of the world that is outside of you. What's ending is the world that's inside of you. At any given moment, you could die. It is more likely that you could die at any given moment than it is that Jesus could come at any moment. It is much more important that you are going to go and meet Jesus if you believe in Jesus. It is much more important that you are going than that he's coming. In fact, it is much more realistic that you are going to go. In fact, you are much more certain. There's absolutely no certainty that Jesus will come. You could wish, you could hope, you could believe it really hard, but you are much more guaranteed to die before that happens. And why even worry about Jesus coming if you don't know when, how? Continuously chasing every fable, every story is not the definition of watching. If you want to be ready for Jesus when he comes back, just do what Jesus said to do. Just be yourself. You don't have to keep on looking outside the window. That's not how you watch. You focus on what work has to be done, and when he meets you doing the work that you're supposed to do, then his coming will not take you by surprise. But if you're constantly being anxious, being an eye servant, you always got to peep out of the window, his coming will take you by surprise, because you're really not ready. If you were ready, you wouldn't be anxious. You will find peace in just doing what you have to do. Think of yourself as playing a game that you know guaranteed you're going to win. Will you be anxious for that game to come to an end if you're actually having fun, if you're enjoying yourself, if it's your heart desire and intent to enjoy that work? People who are so much in a hurry for Jesus to come don't really have much compassion in their heart. Why? You look around you and everyone doesn't believe in Jesus yet. There's still a lot of sinners. Don't you know that every moment that Jesus delays is an opportunity for one of those sinners to be saved? Didn't Jesus promise you that you will have to endure suffering like he did? So why can't you suffer and hope that Jesus doesn't come back so that much more people could be saved? Are you that uncompassionate? Perhaps not. Perhaps it's just a matter of perspective. I'm pretty sure that you know what you're doing.